What a day. Come on. I didn't even realize it was raining outside. Sure is. What's up, guys? This is Team Hard Life Captain Absaduce, and I'm just, well, okay. Now, perfect timing right there. Um, all right, pull up the YouTube channel real quick. I'm over here breaking weights, and I've got some unboxing to do, but I'll do that. And then we've got the fire drawing as well. Also work over here. Yep, for sure did. See if that'll work real quick. Nope. You know, I have to reboot my computer, restart my computer, should I say. It'll take a little while to see what ends up happening. But we got William, right tab. Luciano, what's up, guys? How you doing? Ooh, long day over here. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start filling out some names real quick to get caught up because I drove in from Houston this morning or this afternoon after I dropped off my order with Fishing Tackle Unlimited. So I did a little kind of up to date video, just kind of showing y'all the gear that actually got dropped off today. So, all right. So we got Daniel Garcia for 30 today. So, 30. Got Kruger Automotive. 20. And that's it for right now. So that puts us at, we got Chris Schultz, Max Trevino, uh, Monica Trevino, and Emma Ramirez, Daniel Garcia, Kruger Automotive. Those are all the names for tonight's fire drawing. Uh, it's raining outside, which is, it's been weird. Like yesterday, when I was getting ready to load up to go start making my deliveries, it was pouring rain. So I couldn't load up at that time because I didn't want the gear to get messed up in any way, shape, or form before I could actually make a delivery. So at that point, I made the judgment call to put the gear inside my truck. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Uh, Now, got back and had to help break a lot of weights to get them over there. So I'm gonna walk y'all over there here in a little bit. What's up, John Darnell? I called you, bro, yesterday, kind of let you know I was coming in town and stuff like that, but didn't get with you. And I even dropped the ball too because Uber wanted his reel, and I was supposed to spool it and take it with me so we can use it. And I was about 6 to 7 hours behind schedule yesterday before I finally left. And even when I left, I had to turn around and come back because I forgot the stuff that I needed for tight line braid because I had all those boxes of of spools that even Daniel Garcia helped me load up or into boxes. So yeah, yesterday was kind of a horrible day for us. William Doty, there you go. For 20. That's it's 100 and we're at about 150 right there, guys. I did my math correctly, but it's been a long day, so I wouldn't be surprised if I'm off just a little bit, but doing it through the computer is going to help, and I'll show you all why. Uh, like I said, Jeff was breaking weights for the last couple of days, but I had to put the pressure on him because, I mean, I still felt it was going a little slow on the process, but I'll show you all the weights that got done for the last couple of days. So those are all pyramids, ones, twos, and threes, and fours. Nice. And these probably have about 30 pounds per container. The 4 ounce, probably 25 pounds though. And got egg weights, more pyramids, claw weights here. So yeah, so those counter's kind of taken up. So Bobby the Bobber's not gonna be in work today. Not today, but we're gonna work on it again. What's up, Sharkotic?
What's up, brother?
Tired, bro.
I figured. I was like, man, he's probably gonna knock out. I don't know how you do it, bro. I really don't.
gotta keep working, man. So, and I'll tell you what I'm working on right now. That's all half ounce and 1 ounce pairs right there that I gotta break, so that way I can at least get sorted, for the weight orders, because we still got an order for 4-day outfitters, breakaway tackle. I think those are the only 2 orders that we got pending right now. So
nice.
Hey, bro. Huh?
Do you ever have nightmares of cleaning weights? You wake up, you're like, oh, it was just a dream. I can go back to sleep.
I'll be honest. I really don't have nightmares of cleaning weights. I have more nightmares of losing fish.
True. Yeah.
Like, that's the one that I have nightmares of that. Like, honestly, I lost the fish, or had a big run and never got to see it. And those haunt me, wake me up in cold sweats and shakes and shivers. And yes, those are the ones that have done me in. Cleaning weights, I honestly, I've never sat there and dreamt about it or anything like that. So I guess I guess that's why I've lasted so long, because I don't,
Hey, happy birthday, John. That's cool, man. Happy birthday on a Friday. Nice.
Whose birthday is it?
John.
Oh, John Dule. I thought that was yesterday. Well, either way, I know we said happy birthday to you and stuff like that. So either way, if it's today or yesterday, good deal. So, but yeah, no, I am gonna finish these real quick, and then I'm gonna go and do our tackle unboxing over there. We got some new gear in, and I'm really excited, guys, because this is actually something that I've wanted in the shop for a while. And then we got more inventory in and stuff like that. So I think a lot of people are going to really like what I have to unbox today. So I'll be pretty excited.
His mustache memory starts breaking weights in his sleep.
I don't know who was telling.
That's like your Dos Equis quote. You know that most interesting guy, and it needs to be you breaking weights. And his mustache has been known to break weights while he sleeps.
That's pretty good, bro. I like that one.
Watch you turn into a meme tomorrow, bro.
The mustache. Yep. I'll buy that.
Oh, sorry, muscle memory. Sorry, I was thinking mustache. Muscle memory. Well, beard. We'll think beard then. Sorry.
Oh man.
I've had a few, and my phone the text is small.
Yeah. Uber. Good evening, everybody. God bless. Hey, Uber man, I am so sorry, boss. I was swamped with trying to get out of here and get this order done because I should have actually had left Tuesday to make the order for Wednesday to be back Thursday, and I was, yeah, crazy, crazy. It didn't work out nowhere near what I needed to do, but it worked out in a sense because I was able to talk to the owners of FTU. So now we got a game plan to get the gear into the website. So I've got to take
Nice.
pictures of my gear. So I talked to my brother-in-law because he's got that whole lighted setup, so we could take pictures and add them like that. And he actually did it with his website. You know, he took pictures of his shoes and all of that, so he knows how to do it. So it should make doing it fairly easy. I just need to find out how much he's going to charge, or if he's going to work with me, or what he's going to do. So we'll see on that. But
You know, one easy thing, bro, if you get like a white blanket, so you get that roundness, and then you get it draped, and then you put your products on the white blanket and just take the pictures. That helps a lot too. And there's a lot of apps right now on the internet that's free. You can remove the background, so you could take pictures of things and then just go there and hit remove background, and boom.
well, I'm gonna have to look at doing something because they've already it's there. Like I just got to do that, and then once I do that, actually, one of the distributors, like, dude, yeah, we'll add all your inventory to our inventory, and we'll help you sell through their website as well. And I'm like, so
That's
this could
awesome.
open up a lot of doors for us because a lot of times right now we have to turn down the website orders because we don't have the pictures and stuff
I'm
like that.
professional
So
pitchman
I
Neil
am
Patrick
looking at it.
Harris. Over here, Rise Mushroom Coffee. And here, Neil Drips. To do a comparison test because I put my.
Damn, the volume didn't want to turn off. So, yep. Jaden says his uncle gave him $100 for his birthday. Jaden, when's your birthday? Birthday. Oscar's gonna do for two out of his credit. Roger that. And I know Whiskey Warrior wants two as well.
Nice.
So Oscar, y'all. Why is it so quiet? Hold on. All right. Talk real quick. Say something.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Loud and clear. Roger that. Yeah. Credit. Man, you've been sitting on there. How are you still no low battery? It wasn't actually on the. It was there, but it really wasn't making the connection and stuff like that. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Jaden 3 days ago. Well, happy birthday.
Well, happy belated, boss. If we
Yep,
missed
yep.
it,
15 now, man. I miss those days. Yeah.
my kids are like talking about, oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. I said, no, trust me, you don't want to be adulting. Adulting sucks.
I was flexible back then. I was in shape. I was a fitness team captain in ROTC, so I was in really good shape, and no drinking back then. So I felt great.
No, well,
But
I'll be honest. I drank, as a minor, but I was in stupid, stupid healthy condition. Like, uh, yeah, I think I weighed 15, so that would put me as a sophomore. I was about 99 pounds at 15 years old.
oh whoa,
Yeah, I was skin and bones kind of deal, but I didn't have no body fat and everything. And then I graduated as a senior at 133 pounds as a senior. So
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, when we both started fishing together, we were pretty skinny.
Well, I was already out of the Marine Corps,
Yeah.
and I was at 189 pounds when you met
Wow.
me. Yeah, I'm
I'm
at 250 right now. So
250. Yeah, you're
yeah.
you're a little bit taller than I am, I think, but I'm around 234. But when I had COVID, I gotten down to like 216 around there. I was like, I'm gonna keep this off. But then after getting off of COVID, you can't eat so well when you're sick, and you can't taste anything with COVID. So I was, burgers and pizza galore, trying to, make up for lost times, and it just came right back. And now I swear I can eat a cookie. The wife loves to get the McDonald's cookies, and I would grab one. I feel like I eat one cookie, and I'm like, oh my god, there it is.
Bro, it's not even eat it. If I smell a cookie, I feel like I gained 2 pounds, bro. It's
Yep.
like, It's not, yeah. So,
Yeah,
but
Jaden,
I'm
what's
gonna
a
do
joke?
the nutrition program through the VA. I got to do all of that before they'll, step it up to that other that shot that's supposed to help you lose weight or whatever and stuff. And
I've seen those shots, and I've heard a lot of side effects coming with those things. Um, I don't know. I would never do it. I mean, just diet and exercise is your best thing. These chemicals that you put in your body, it has to have adverse effects in the long run somehow. That's just my
well,
personal belief.
I haven't done any research on it, so I'll be honest on that. But what I'm saying is like trying to diet and exercise and
No,
bro,
it's
work me
terrible.
out. I can take that to fat chance, bro, and fat is happening. So,
Let's
nope.
see. Let's see.
Let's see. Jaden and Sharkotic want to hear a joke.
Yeah, let's hear it.
What do you call a little Mexican?
Uh, uh, a little Mexican.
Uh,
I don't know. Hit me with it. I know the one like if what do you call a Mexican that lost his car?
a
Carlos.
paragraph because he's not an essay.
Huh?
He said a paragraph because he's not an essay yet.
Oh, I see it. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's a good. I may have to use that one in the future. That's a good one.
Well.
A
Hey,
paragraph.
Chris Schultz. So just a heads up, boss. We hit over $500 on Tuesday, and your name got selected from the second chance winner. So you are in tonight's fire drawing with 2 tickets, courtesy of the fire drawing on Tuesday. So
Nice.
just a heads up on that, boss. You're already in there, but more the merrier. You want to make some more tickets in there. We ain't gonna say no. So let's see. What's next with Cody? Being very helpful, trying to get. Yeah, I'm trying to keep up with y'all's comments, but also too, I stopped to read. I definitely can't sit there and cut because I'll cut my
Yeah, yeah.
finger off. Like these cutters are sharp. I mean, just give you an idea. Like that fast, it's cutting through lead. So, and yes, lead is soft, but still, it does take a grip to get through it and stuff like that. So, uh
Oh, I dropped the "That's a Fish On" song today. I kind of ended up liking it. I was "That's a Fish On,"
huh.
and
Ooh.
I was this whole week I was like back and forth with different words, and it's hard. Like the motivational songs a little bit easier to write because it's so many different ways I could talk about fishing the surf. But um, I think I ended up enjoying this one at the end. I was like, oh, nice. I like this one.
Hmm. Okay, give me a second. Let's go and get that played up on here. And definitely, guys, if y'all don't know, Sharkotic has his own YouTube channel here on YouTube. And also, too, he's been putting out, motivational music, fishing music, and stuff like that. So if y'all want to check that out, I would highly recommend going. I'm going to give y'all a little taste of it. So I'm going to his YouTube channel real quick. Um, Tomorrow I will not be here, guys. I've got a family event I got to go to. My niece is doing the strawberry patch, kind of like the Buccaneer Queen down here. Like
They
she's
have that
doing
in
that,
Pasadena up here.
and so we got to go over there to go vote in person because you cannot vote online or anything like that. It's got to be in person. So all the families are heading up there to go show their support and stuff like that to get her voted in. So, um, oh, why am I on mine? No, I need to go to.
Sipping that exotic. Yes, sir. And so again, if you guys comment on the songs and if you share it to your Facebook, that's 2 tickets for this song for the 80 wide drawing that's going to happen on the 19th of July. That'll be live in our studio.
So he upgraded from the 50 to the 80.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if y'all were a little confused, because the last time we talked, you talked about a 50, but you told me on
I
the phone.
I was like, you know what? Let's just do the 80. It's hard for me to do the 130, but let's build a participation. If we do good on the 80, maybe I'll do another 80, and if we do even better on that 80, we'll try the 130.
Certified. Let's go, Sharkotic.
Oh, sweet. Thanks, Patrick.
All right, there you go.
What you think, bro?
Well,
Did you like that one?
like that. I'm sitting here listening, and I've looked at it as an opportunity to kind of like turn through and burn through some weights real quick. I'm sitting there like jamming. I'm like, dude, I don't know if I should like leave it on me so you can get the reactions of what I'm doing, or do I leave it on the video? Like it's a hard choice, but yeah, I like that, bro. I like it.
Awesome. And yeah, I know when we talked yesterday, I told you I had already wrote Cortland into the song, and for me to change it up to to what we talked about, it would have changed the dynamics of the song for that little paragraph right there. And I had already done this one, so I was like, let me just do this one. But I did reach out, like we talked about yesterday. I didn't want to say anything right now, but I did reach out. So we'll see, what the answer back would be. I
Awesome.
also reached
Awesome.
out to was it Doug, to see if he had time to chat. So I told him, if you got time, call me today. If not, call me this weekend. We'll chat.
Roger. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Doug with the Redford Ranch Foundation. He's definitely looking for more sponsors. So again, guys, too, if y'all know somebody that can definitely help out this veterans group, please get with me, or have them get with us, so that way we can get Doug at the Redford Ranch Foundation some help, because all the stuff he's doing for vets, like I said, it's 100% paid out to vets. Um, to get them from being cooped up in their house, lost in their own thoughts. By being out in the public and doing stuff constructive like this is our best way to fight, depression, anxiety, like all the things that, when you're sitting there by yourself, at home staring at four walls, it is a very dangerous thing, for a lot of these guys. We want to make sure
100%.
that
Yep.
we any more brothers or
Jacked up.
sisters in this, you know what I mean? So we are doing the best we can. So if you know anybody that would be willing to help out, definitely get with us. Shoot us an email at teamhardlife1@gmail.com. That's teamhardlife with the number 1@gmail.com. And we can definitely get y'all hooked up with Doug and go from there. It is, he's put a lot of effort into it, and it's taking some growth and stuff like that, but we definitely, any avenue that we can explore, we are definitely not. I mean, we'll kick every single pebble over, not every rock, we'll kick every pebble over that we can to definitely help out and stuff like that. So
And he is his 501c2, right? I think we
yes,
mentioned that
yes, he
before. Yeah.
is. Kind
So that's a really big plus. If you guys work for any corporations, they have to pay taxes every year, you know. So if you were to get your corporations involved, um, you know, it's money that can go towards a good cause that gives your company good advertising. It was money that you would have to give to the government anyways. So this way you can give this money back and support your community and get some advertising out of it, because if you send it to the government, well, you don't really get anything out of it because your
yeah,
streets are still
you
terrible
get a big
and
thank
crime is
you. Or,
still
hold
terrible.
on, you owe us a lot more than what you're claiming. Like, yeah, no, he's right on that. I'd rather give it to the church or give it to a
Yep.
nonprofit like than to give it to the government, especially after learning how much has been stolen
The
by.
waste, and that's the biggest problem. It's the waste, you know. It's the mismanagement. The government, I don't you can give them another $1 billion tomorrow, another $1 billion the next day. They will mismanage it and it will never be enough. The more you give them, the more they will mismanage it. And that's the biggest problem we have with government. I mean, if you look around, your streets are terrible, crime is terrible. Your bridges, your infrastructures, where your tax dollars should be spent for for us citizens, you know, it's lacking. So don't get me wrong, you know, when I say the charity stuff, is not that I'm not patriotic. I love America. I'm so thankful to be born and raised in this country, and I love this country. But at the same time, this is still supporting our country because we're supporting veterans. And you know, these nonprofits are vetted through the IRS. It's something that the government is saying, okay, this is an entity. We'll split some funds with them, you know. So there's nothing wrong, I think, with that. And
Yeah,
also, you guys, sometimes a lot of people think what I have to offer is maybe too little. Now, I think that all help is what we should be trying to do, even if it's small, because something that you think may be small may be huge for somebody else out there. So if you have the opportunity, no matter how small it is, I would say if you have the heart and the will and the drive, you want to help. And but you're like, man, I don't really have a lot to offer, but if you do have something, something is always better than nothing, and it gives drive and motivation to the people doing these causes. Um, what faces that are showing up and giving something, even time. You can donate time too. You know, there's lots of different things you could do. It doesn't have to be money. It doesn't have to be products. You know, it could even be support. We could be sharing their logo. We could be sending it out to corporations that we don't even work for, just to see if they would like the idea.
yeah. No, I'm definitely. That's a big thing with me. Like sometimes I don't have the money to pitch in, but I tell them, man, hey, I'll show up. I'll set up tables. I'll clean up. I'll do whatever I can do to give you all a helping hand too. Or if you need me to advertise, I'll advertise. You know, because there's a lot of ways to show support. You know, it don't always have to be financially, but you know, if there's a will, there's a way, guys. So if you're definitely wanting to, we're always looking out for that. So
And no, sorry, my bad.
I know I did talk to the uh, where the hatchery, and we're going to be setting up fishing trips for veterans starting in September. Once
That's
it
cool.
starts cooling off, because they were saying that the ponds they have there are pretty shallow, and that they don't normally do those fishing trips during the summer because they don't want the fish getting stressed out. So they also said that we have to use barbless hooks and a few other parameters that we can. I think at the most we take at one time is 50 people, but again, too, it's a cool opportunity to see how they grow these fish and how they help us manage our coastal fisheries and stuff like that. So that's coming, guys. I've already got the contacts on that. They've already pretty much, all we have to do is start selecting our dates, which will be the first Friday of every month. And again, too, like I said, that is helping the group, the organization with the Redford Ranch, just give them another avenue that they can explore to get veterans out there. That really doesn't cost a lot to do it, but again, too, we'll be providing bait, we'll be providing tackle and stuff like that, and the rods and reels, and then making sure that they have a ride or stuff like that. So there's so many ways we can help, guys. It really is so many ways, but also too, being the middleman of introductions. That's huge. That's a huge one right there.
Oh yeah. So one thing real quick before we get off the topic. So like let's just for example, like oil companies. Sometimes a mishap happens and there's a spill somewhere that happens in the Gulf or somewhere around the world. These companies have to pay a lot of taxes. So when they can get into really good 501(c)s, they like to get that stuff and have pictures. So when you go visit like a certain oil company or whatever, you'll see these things on their wall of like they're like, we messed up, but now look, we've stepped up and we've taken care of a lot of these things here. And there's a lot of companies looking to do things like that. And with us being live together, we got almost 30 people on. Maybe somebody knows at least one person that can open up that door and be like, hey, we know one of these companies that would be interested in something like that, because they need a good PR campaign for some of their screw ups.
Yep. Yep. And they're the same way. They'd rather give it to the company rather than give it to the government that's punishing them.
This way they get something out of it.
I
They
would
get
say
PR.
holding them accountable. Let me rephrase that. Holding them accountable, because
Yeah.
again, too, big corporations like that do, they're about money. They're about their bottom dollar. They're going to try and make sure they get every penny out of it, stuff like that. But again, too, they don't want to kick it back to, you know, government entities when they can give it back to, groups like this that are really going to make a difference within the community, which pays a long way. Like you said, we know that they messed up or this and that, but by them turning around and helping us out directly is a huge statement as well, too. So yeah, I totally get that one. But I'm almost done. I'm excited. Like, this is the last tray I needed to finish off
Aha.
all the weights, and the beautiful thing about it is it's the pairs, and for the most part they clean up really well when the mold is clean, but occasionally like this and I'm having to clean out the sides, but I got a kind of a way where I can clean them and break them off at the same time. So, but I'm almost done with this. I'll get this out of the way and then we can go back to the fire drawing, and I'll start putting the names in. We're going to be doing the Wheel of Doom today. I dropped the weight.
So the news on SpaceX, are you talking about? I think that's more what Albert's been talking about recently about taking away from our ability to be on the beach, or are we talking about the explosion that happened the other day? I'm not sure which news we're.
All right, so let me get back to my channel because I was on here, so I don't see all the comments just yet. Give me a second. Let me get back to that. Now I can see what was being said there. Uh,
Heroes on the water. That sounds cool.
why don't you get? I actually
I'll screenshot
about that
that so
one.
I can look into it.
I've actually gotten the numbers on that and stuff like that. But I'll be honest, with everything that I'm doing over here, it has been hard. But I know that Doug has done some things with Heroes on the Water and stuff like that. But again, too, I don't know the whole behind. Like I said, when I refer things over to Doug, for them to do their talks and stuff like that. I'm not part of their board. I'm just the middleman trying to get more help sent his way. You know what I mean? And I'll keep sending it his way because I know it's for a good cause. Like there's never not enough. There's never going to be a time when he says, "Oh, we have too much help." You know what I mean?
No, exactly.
That just means we're opening more doors to help out more vets. So, this is what I hate though when the mold gets completely filled. So
Gunky.
all flag all the way around it. So, sometimes it's easier just to say, you know what, we'll remelt those than to try to sit there and clean them, because it gets to the point that you can't clean them, because if it has a swivel on there, the swivel gets filled up with lead and it's no good.
Yeah. Jacked up said, "Get back to work."
Jacob, what's up, brother? What you doing? I pray everything is going good, good.
Oh yes. Oh, speaking of that, bro. Remember a while back I talked to you about my buddy, who we all prayed for him when he was basically gonna have like a nose replacement from like
Yes,
cancer.
yes, yes. Yeah,
I did
yeah.
talk to him and I shared the channel and he's interested. He was like, "No, I'll pop in at your place and we can talk with him." I was like, "No, bro, like look at the channel and see how he does it. You could just be in your office at home and just chat with him." I was like, you guys are Christians and you guys pray. And don't get me wrong, I pray for him too, and I prayed for Jacked Up's family. And I told him, I was like, you came up because we are talking about the power of prayer, and we believe that it goes a long way. And I think you, as a veteran that have lived through something, and you can definitely thank God for it. It'll be really cool to have you on his channel. But yeah, he's totally down. So
Awesome.
whenever I know you usually kind of go live like Tuesdays and Fridays, like usually for sure on those days. So I could let him know to contact you. I'll give him your number
Well,
too. So, but he has your
okay.
channel
Yeah,
now, so
yeah,
he could be seeing. He's probably looking at us right now. So if you're watching, James, what's up, brother?
yeah, yeah. No, definitely give him my number, and and then we can collaborate a time that works out best for him and stuff like that. Because I literally can go live every day, but I haven't been going live every day because the amount of work I've been doing does not allow me to sit here and there's times when I'm moving the camera around and I'm over there and then I'm over here and then I forget that I'm recording and I'm way over here and I remember, oh, dude, I left that camera over there for like an hour by itself, and it's hard. It is really hard when you're trying to do so much on that's on your plate. And yeah, yeah. It's like going to buffet and there's too many things you want to eat, but you can only select a few.
Yep, yep.
Uh, Almost done with this tray. I got probably maybe 10 more branches that I got to cut up, and we'll be done. So, and then I can clear this off and focus in on our fire drawing tonight. So, I know we do have some new subscribers on the channel because we've been kind of talking to a lot of people that have been coming in and traveling to Corpus, and some of them have already been watching the channel and stuff like that. So, again, thank you guys for stopping in the shop and coming to talk with us. A lot of them, like, they see the channel and they see the amount of knowledge that's there, but it's a whole different program when you come in face to face and you meet us and you ask us questions, and you really get
Yes.
the full force of what we have available and that we're willing to share. But you got to be willing to ask a question, because that's the other thing. I can't read your mind. I cannot know what you've already done, what you haven't done, I don't know none of your history. All I can go and help you with is what you tell me, and then I can develop a game plan from there. So, again, guys, if y'all are new, don't be afraid. Ask your questions, share your
Welcome
knowledge.
in.
We encourage that. We encourage sharing knowledge because I have not done every single style of fishing in the world. I
Oh
wish.
yeah.
It's on my bucket list. It's on my bucket list to do that, but I'm gonna be able to say, hey, I did that once or twice, or you know what I mean. So it's coming, but
And you
we're,
share it, bro. Like you're one of the people that helped me improve my hookup ratio when I first started shark fishing. And that's the thing, I ask questions, I observe, and if you guys are here, you guys have a question. If you guys ask something about fishing or whatever, we're not going to sit here and be like, you know what, we're not going to tell you about that. We're going to just keep that to ourselves. I mean,
that,
that's not going to
stop
happen.
being a area 52. I
We're
know
going to do
stuff.
our best to
That's above
answer.
your pay grade.
So you guys ask, I've fished a lot myself. I learned a lot from Albert and many other seasoned veteran fishermen I fish with. Albert know of many of them too. Right, even like Jesse Ray is one of them. I haven't talked to Jesse in a while. It's been about 3 weeks. I usually talk with him about once every week or so, but I hope he's doing okay. I'm actually send him a text after this, see how he's doing. But and Michael Mott, one of a very close friend of mine now, and I check in with him from time to time. But these are all guys that fish their whole life, and I was coming into the fishing game, and my family, I didn't come from a fishing family, even though my family's from the Caribbean in Trinidad. My family never did any type of fishing, so my mom and dad always used to joke about, where did you pick up this fishing thing from? Like, we never took you fishing, we never talked about fishing, it was never a topic or a discussion, and you took off to college and you just became this guy catching fish and winning tournaments.
Yeah.
But that happened because I hung out with some of the right people that was willing to share their knowledge and teach me. And I think they did it too because I had the willingness to learn and not be ignorant and ask questions and like take in the information like a sponge. And that's the way to win a lot in life. You meet people that are really doing it, and hey, teach me, tell me about it if you don't mind.
Yep, no doubt. That having an open mind and willingness to learn goes a long, long, long way. Because there's been times when, we're out at the pier and these guys, oh, I've done it, I've done it, I've done it. And they're doing something completely wrong, and we know it. But once you kind of like try to, help them out, and you get that cold shoulder, like, no, leave me alone, I'm good, I know. And then they just totally wreck their gear and stuff like that, and we're just sitting there drinking a beer, kind of eating our popcorn, enjoying the show because they have put themselves in that position. And then afterwards, then they're like, hey, can you give us a hand? We're like, well, I don't know, man. You said you had, we'll kind of let them know we didn't help out because you already had pushed us away.
Yep.
And so, and then they're like, and then, if they, well, and if they still keep with that attitude, we won't help. Like, we're like, well, I'm sorry, guys. Like, we tried, and you're just still, you're ugly about it. You know what I mean? Don't,
No, exactly. That chip on your shoulder does not help you.
yeah.
You gotta just like be humble, and it doesn't matter. You could win every first place trophy this year. Shark fishing, it's a lottery out there too. You could be the most skilled person out there, and a newbie could show up and win the tournament. And so there's always a lot of ways to learn from different people. Just hang out, ask questions. You guys got questions? Ask them.
Yeah. Well, here you go, guys. I already
Arch
finished that whole
Albert
trig.
Dooley has a question. Dooley has a question.
Okay, give me just a second. Give me. I already broke all the weights
I'll be
right
right back.
there. 1 ounce, ½ ounce, 1 and 2 ounce claws. So yep. So all right, John, ask your question, boss. Go ahead. Um, comment. Let me go up a little bit. Any thoughts if I should change my 100-pound hollow core braid to 130 pound on my Penn 1260 bluefin tunas or 150 200 pound range? No. Okay, so let me give you a little gist on that. I actually should have the 100-pound line class world record for my 12'6" tiger shark, which was 976 pounds. I think is what it is, or 967 pounds, which is almost 10 to 1. So again, you're not, just because a fish weighs 1,000 pounds, you're not putting 1,000 pounds on there. You got to remember, fish are semi-buoyant. They're not, it's not like dropping a 200-pound lead ball in water. That's just going to drop. Fish are semi-buoyant, so they don't sink, they don't float. I mean, they don't float up to the surface. They're semi-buoyant. They kind of stay right there. So a 200-pound fish, you can hold it there with 2-pound test line. But when it's swimming, it's going to put more pressure on it and stuff like that. So that, yeah, no. And actually, to tell you the truth, that 98-pound yellowfin tuna that I brought to the boat in like 2.5 minutes, I did it with 80-pound test line. I didn't really give him a chance to fight at all, which I was really, testing the breaking strength of the line. Like I was putting it to it kind of deal. But obviously you're going to realize that, with 100-pound, you're going to get a lot more line capacity, which means you're going to fight it and still put some weight on it. But going with 130, it's really going to eat up your line capacity, especially dealing with that size of reel. You're not going to have a lot. So you might end up getting spooled. That could be another thing. Just because you have higher test line doesn't mean that the reel is going to back it up. Like that's one of the biggest gripes that we have with a lot of people. They're like, why do you put 200-pound test line on a reel that only has 50 pounds of drag? Well, we do it for abrasion resistance is the main one. Like when we're fighting fish against rocks and jetties and sandbars and stuff like that, we do it because of that. Not because it'll hold the 200-pound test. Like, yeah, it'll hold it, but it won't definitely not support it. But again, too, I'm not going to put 50-pound test on an 80 Avid. Like it defeats the purpose of it, even though an 80 Avid puts out 50 pounds of drag. See what I'm saying? So, and again, too, everybody says that you're supposed to go with the line at 20% of the breaking strength of the line. So if you have 20 pounds of drag, you can put 100-pound braid or 100-pound line on the reel. So yeah, no, 100, you should be fine right there. Chris Schultz with 50 on there. All right.
50, nice. It's going down.
Yep, got a 50. All right, so give me a second, guys. Just had two kept in my shop standard, it's 100 pounds. You probably know hollow cord cuts through the water at a depth, and it. I don't know. Okay, hold on. Let me move these trays off of here because I need some space. So.
Oh yeah.
Watch.
Uber. Let me see. Go back. Okay. I'll let them know as soon as it comes back. Uber. So Uber and Roger. Oh, okay. Yeah. So yes, hollow. So that's one way you can tell if you're good. Like, not sure if you have some random line in your garage that's been there for a while. You don't know if it's hollow or solid. Hollow would float. Solid would typically sink. Um, but I personally, I just run hollow anyways. But I get the idea. I see what you're saying. But I just love doing hollow because 100% unions. I don't lose any strength with a knot. I just love running hollow, and I could always tie a knot with hollow if I have to on a quick thing. But
All right, so clean that. Yeah, there we go. A lot better. Okay. So I got some new gear in.
I see what you're saying. New gear in the house. Oh, rulers.
Rulers, yes. But look at the size of it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, a short 5 foot ruler right there. Got a 5 foot ruler now, guys. For the guys that want to fish for like bull reds, big black drum, and stuff like that.
Nice.
Uh,
When you come back, bring me one because I can put one right there.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually,
That'll
I
be in the
got a
channel.
15 footer that we can put there, but yeah, we'll
Yeah.
we'll have to measure there because we got the 5 footers and hold on, let me get to it. Let me get to it. Yeah, this is one that I had been waiting for a long time. Like not on them, but me being able to have the money to sit there and throw at it. That's the other thing. Uh,
Upfront costs, cash flow.
yeah, it's cash flow. Cash flow. There's 5 foot,
Nice.
6 foot, 7, and 8.
Sweet.
And I did this one specifically for the alligator gar guys in mind because a lot of them, they're in the 7 to 8 foot range right there. You know what I mean? Right there. But now we have, you know, smaller rulers. Instead of them having to buy the 15 foot ruler, we got something more in mind right there. So yeah, so, very
Oh, that
very
is cool. Looks great.
yes sir. He's like, yeah, I can do them. I was like, yes. I was like, do it now, now, now. So we are stocked up with them guys. I don't remember how many we ordered, but it's a lot. It's a lot. We have a lot of them. So we are here.
Sweet.
The 5 footers are $12.99. The 8 footers are 15 or 16.99. So something like that, right up in there. So just a heads up, guys.
I like that because you can throw that in your breast pocket if you want to when you got that fishing shirt. You know, it fits or any pocket. You know, I like that. That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Real small. It doesn't take up no space. And I like this too because when I've been going to like, you know, Causeway and Causeway and Goose and all of that, I always have to take the 15-footer because I didn't have a measuring tape small enough to accommodate the style of fishing that we were doing. And so, yeah, but so yeah, it's there, guys. 8 foot, 8 foot, and 5 footers. Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Yep, yep. Also, too, I don't know if I should show this one to you yet or not.
The
No, no, I don't know. I'll take a vote.
teaser.
I can do a little bit of a teaser. Yep, y'all can kind of. Yep, yep. That's it. That's all y'all get. That's all y'all get. Y'all gonna have to get forced to go zoom in on the part of
Pause.
the
Zoom
video.
in.
So, Fatline Braid hooked us up with a
Mm,
flag that we could hang somewhere in here. We need to get it up because we got a lot of tightline in here. I know we have stickers for Cortland as well, so that's coming. I need to get more Cortland in here as well too. So, and again too, it's because people have different preferences. It's not saying one is better than the other. It's each of them have their own characteristics that people like. You know what I mean? So some people like nighttime fishing, other people like daytime fishing. They're all fishing. So that's one. Here's another one too. Got 130 pound in chartreuse. We got
like that.
2,900 yards right there. And we got another one right here. Oh, this one, that ain't good. Yep. Go. Got another 2,500 yards, 130.
Nice.
And that's one box. And we've got 2,500 yards of 30 pound. 30. So that puts us just in these two schools is 5,000 yards of 30 pound.
Nice.
Yep. So we got that. That. We've got 2,144 yards of 65 right there in pink. We've got 345
I
yards of
was throwing that out
150
there for the rats. You can
495 yards of
put it back in the garage.
130 pounds. 130. Bigger spools on top that way. We got 4,600 yards of 50 pound. Yeah, 4,600 yards.
50 pound. Nice.
50 pound. Yes.
I love their colors. They
Yep.
they always have great colors over there.
700 plus yards of 200 pound right there. Yeah, I rated his inventory again, and I wish I had a lot more money. But again, too, I'll show you some other things that I got too. So, 382 yards of 100 in chartreuse. Got
Nice.
30 pound, 1,700 yards of 30 pound in the military green right there, guys. Got that.
Whoa, big boy.
3,100 yards, 200 pound test.
Wow. Yeah, that's one I would like for me.
Yep, yep. I got 200 pound, 225, 200 pound, 449 yards, and 200 pound of the military green and 200 pound test right there. This is 830 yards of the military green right there.
Nice.
And then I got 200 pound in yellow,
That yellow.
272, 320, a 50 or 150 pound test in red, 346 yards of 100 in chartreuse. Yeah, Yeah, bro.
Stocked up. Dude,
Yeah.
every time I see that yellow though, I always think back to that Suffix A32 from back in the day. Every
Well,
time I see yellow, that's like my first ding.
well, for me, I think of the titanium and gold that we used to use, that yellow mono that we
Yeah,
used to have. That's what I think back to. So, yeah, yeah. That or the Power Pro that we originally had been fishing all our reels with.
yeah.
50-pound test, 555 yards in chartreuse, 150 pound in chartreuse, 600 yards, 150 pound, 264 yards. And the last two spools, look at that one.
Oh yeah, those are cool.
Yep, this one's 200-pound test. It's the only multicolored spool on that, but stay tuned, guys. We got some secret colors coming out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's it. That's the only time I'm telling y'all. 130-pound test right there. We got it in pink. So, just to give y'all an idea, I've got, let's see it. Got a lot of line, guys. Finally, like, the sales, like I said, have been increasing for us.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Money, 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 money.
And that's still not including all the spools that we still have left over and the monster spools that we have there. Like, if y'all been following us, guys, y'all know how we have been struggled and knocked down, and we get back up, and we get knocked down, and we get back up, and we're up. We're up. We are hard charging, and it's all thanks to everybody on our channel that has been supporting us. And again, guys, we could not keep doing what we do without y'all, guys. So,
100%.
Albert, please get the gold 80Y, put it next to all the 200-pound, so I can see what color I like, if you don't mind. We'll do in just a second, guys. Hold on, real quick. I'm not done. I'm not done. What? What? You see
But
all them
wait,
blanks?
there's more.
Yeah, there's more. So, I've got the FTU blank right there, the 8'6",
Mm.
5130. Got the FTU medium action, the 10-foot rod. We got a rain shadow here. We got more FTU blanks right here. More FTU right here.
I've had
Rain
many
shadow
of
right
their
here.
rods in the past, and I can't say anything bad about them. I mean, they were good blanks.
Yep. So we got more FTU, rain shadow right here. This one's the burgundy color rod. We got FTU, and then we got a couple of built rods right there. And we got some more steadfast over there. So,
Nice.
yes, guys, we are finally like,
Ready
we're
for the
building.
summer. I think today
We're
was the first
building.
day of summer. Or was it yesterday? It's
So,
time.
and just to give you an idea, the other day I showed you all the trays that needed to be broken. Well, there's 3 right there. That's all. That's all the broken weights now. We've already cleaned up all the weights. All of this has got to go back to get melted. And you come over here, still got tray upon tray upon tray, and then all the cleaned weights now.
Nice. So I want to say Albert is going to start an apprenticeship program soon for all you youngins that want to get into shark fishing. You guys go clean some weights.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? I've had a lot of people that have worked for me throughout the years, and before they came to work for me, they had a certain mindset about fishing tackle, and after they work for me, it's a whole different. Like, they have a whole
Oh
new
yeah.
respect for the gear, and like they come in and they get the gear, and whatever I ask, they pay it because they know the amount of work it takes for us to do it. And when they're running, hey, why don't you ask me? He goes, no, bro, like, you don't understand what it takes to make this gear. If he says it's that price, I'm going to pay it because I know what it takes to get to this finished product. So again, guys, too, like, you got to remember, we're small mom and pop shops. Like, we don't have a huge, like, I don't have 15 people upstairs that I can make a phone call. Hey, we're running low on money, or we need to order this, or we need to, it's us. And that's it. But again, too, just because it's us, that doesn't mean that our overhead ain't way up there. Like we have double the amount of bills to pay because I'm not only paying for my guys, the payroll, I pay for light, pay for the phone bill, the cable bill, because we got to have internet and all of that, and then water, and then the rent for the shop, and then the materials, everything that gets brought in, I pay for to bring it in, and then we have to house it and do. There's so much overhead. So the overhead is basically our negative. Like we're getting sucked down by all these bills every single day. Every minute that we are open, bills are coming. Bills are adding up, and we got to pay those bills. And if you come in and, hey man, I need a discount. I need this. I need that. What you're doing is you're making it harder for us to pay all of that stuff because all the profit that we decide if we, hey, we're gonna cut you a deal and stuff like that, it comes from our pocket. It literally, when you say, hey man, I need a discount, I need this, and this, what I'm doing is I'm saying, you know what, I have $400 of profit, you know, for this month. I'm willing to give you $20 out of that profit instead of putting it on in my wallet so I can take home to feed my kids. I just want y'all to kind of know that, guys. You know what I mean? But two, I don't want those guys to also, when I sit there, and, hey, I want to give back, and I'm like, hey, you know what? I can hook you up with this. Is because I know I am good. Like that, I can. You know what? I could take that 20 out to turn around and help you out, to give you a helping hand up. Then by all means, I'll do it. You know what I mean? I do it. I do it all the time. I have no problem doing that because I know I've been blessed. And there's times when you got to pay that blessing forward. So,
And
you
just
know,
I want to expound just real quick on just this real quick conversation you were we were talking about. So like I've been around in the fishing game for about 20 years now, and I've seen a lot of what I would call like a garage builder from their home come and go, and they may build for a few months and sell and disappear, never build again. So you don't have a consistent flow of good quality gear out there, and like that person that's building in their garage and selling leaders. I'm not a hater or nothing, no more power to you and all that. But, you know, Albert has a light bill at home and he has a light bill at his shop. He got a water bill at home, he got a water bill at the shop. He got employees at the shop. This all that has to get paid for. And if you buy something at a shop, you can't ask for the discounts and try to expect the same price that you would get from somebody just building it at home in their garage when they're just paying one light bill, one water bill, no employees. And there's a huge difference. Albert has insurance. Albert has his light bill, water bill, internet, all of that. That's separate to his home. When he goes home, he also has a white bill, light bill, water bill, internet, and all that there too. So you know
food
all
for the
those
kids,
costs have to
friends for
be
the kids,
included into
gas,
all the gear. Yeah. So it's a lot
gas,
harder for a shop.
vehicle payments,
Yeah.
insurance for the vehicles, like tire, oil change, like, you know, it adds up really quick, guys. I mean, all of y'all that work, y'all know what it is to go out, make your paycheck, and you're sitting there counting up the money to make sure you're good to go. Again, that's one bill per deal. I'm doing two households, the shop household,
Yep.
and my household. All of that's got to be covered with the amount of here. But even then, too, we make enough to where it's enough. We ain't sitting there price gouging to gouge just to fill our pockets. We're making enough to where we can be okay. And I know this because I was talking to some individuals like the fly fishing community guys. Hey, if y'all fly fish guys, come by the braid for me. I heard how much y'all pay for braid. What? Bro, the same braid I have here, I think the 300 yards spool is like $40 here. I heard y'all are paying almost $200 for that same line.
Whoa. It's such a
Dude,
niche
I was
market
blown.
on
My
fly
mind blown.
fishing.
Like, are you crazy? And they go, well, yeah, that's how much they pay. And I'm like, bro, fly fishing guys, give us a call. Come check out real savings. Like we are going to save you a crap ton of money So much you'll probably be able to open your own tackle shop, buying direct from us at retail, and still go over there and
Sell
make
back to
200%
your boys
profit.
after that. Fly fishing is something I haven't done, but I've always wanted to fly fish for a tarpon at the edge of the jetty in the morning. I saw one old guy, I mean, years ago at the jetty, old guy, and I was like, "What are you doing?" He was like, "I'm fly fishing for tarpon." And you know, a tarpon is a fish. It's crazy. It's such a huge fish, but you could present such a small bait, just land it perfectly in front of it, and it'll snap at it. But I think that would be something cool one day to fly fish a tarpon, just to do it, just to have it in the accolades.
Yep, yep, yep. Okay, so let me, Robert. Yes, I did get your text about your new number. Um, Whiskey. I am looking right now, and also too, I got Uber hot glass came in for 20 for
Yep,
tonight's fire
two of them.
drawing.
Yeah,
Yep, Uber.
Uber
Uber
was one, and let me go back and make sure because there was another one. It was Uber and
20, and then Dusty Arrington
Roger had came in with the 20.
for 20, and then Roger Garza.
Roger Team Hard Life.
Yeah,
Garza, yes.
20. Roger that. All right. Yeah, guys, if y'all know your fly fishing buddies, tell them to call me for braid. I got them. Like they will love me on how much money I will save them on the braid. And if there's a specific color they want, that they just got to let me know. I can get it done. Like I have learned, that time with Jeff, I learned so every time I go talk with Jeff, dude, like it's awesome because I blow his mind with the amount of stuff that I bring to the table, and then everything that he has new. Like dude. That's why Raj was at the house waiting for me to get there, dude, and we were just sitting there nodding back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Like I was jumping in and I was doing the splicing because a lot of those big spools, he had them in smaller ones, and I was like, dude, I really don't want to. I said, you mind? He goes, no, dude, we'll splice them together however you want to do it. So yeah, those 4,000 yard spools, that's probably 3 splice spools. I'll be honest. But again, too, I don't have 3 spools times 12 times, then I'll have 200 spools up on the wall. Right
By
now I
the end
have,
of the day, it don't matter. There's no loss in strength. So
yeah, exactly.
technologia.
Whiskey, I already got your 20 on there, or you want another 20? I got you already on there. And actually, what I'll do real quick, turn it around so everybody can see everybody's names that are currently in there.
Double
If I
check real
haven't
quick,
missed you,
guys.
yeah, if I haven't missed you, let us know.
And I'll do a 50 if somebody wants to match a 50.
Ooh. Man. What's up, get on farmer? Roger that. Yep. Let's see. Okay, Roger
Whiskey
that. Whiskey.
just
Yes.
20. Okay, just a
I got
120.
get on farmer. I just got your 30 right there. For 30. Let me go and get the John Darnell 20 for credit. Got you.
A pen spin Fisher 750 or 7,500. It's a good size reel. You can I think I'll probably even bring in a good size bull with that. A good 7, 8 foot bull. Seven. If you're casting on the shore, it's a good reel. If you know what you're doing.
Let's see. William, I just saw your texts with Sasquatch. I'll look at them some more here in a bit, but what I'm looking for is Raj, real quick. Because we got. Oh,
Oh, the song. Yeah.
Schultz.
A tuna question. You probably have to ask Cap about that. I haven't caught any big tunas offshore. I haven't really targeted them. That's why you haven't seen the Sharkotic tuna song yet. Untamed catch, $10.
Every take is a shot. Believe in that lobby. Team hard life. We do this with pride. Tune in, get in, let the fire decide. Music produced by Sharkotic.
Bro, I love the beats, man.
I'll be jamming to it. Like
I-
that's what I jam to going to and from work, you know. And I really feel like it's improved my mood too. Just listening to the positivity of that type of music versus listening to the radio and like Cardi B and all that.
yeah, no doubt on that. I was actually jamming to that when I was headed your way or headed to Houston to go meet up with Jeff at Tightline Braid and stuff like that. So yeah,
And I've been trying to make the music for a while, but I came up with so many different things that I didn't feel like I would jam to, and wanted to make sure if I put something out, it's something I would listen to over and over again and not get tired.
yeah. I will. I will. I think I might need to tell you this though. But if you're looking to do that, uh, where they upload music and stuff like that to get paid through, have you seen
Yeah.
that? I think having them just a little bit longer, because dude, it's enough to wet your whistle, but it leaves you fiending for more, brother.
No, I know, I know. When I start doing those, I'll do a little bit longer drops. Like right now, it's kind of like a promo type of thing because even too, if you look at a lot of the songs I put out, not all of them have like a video that goes with it. Um,
Uh,
my interest is in the music, and I just do a video just for YouTube. But it's all kind of like a promo right now. And once I get to uh, Apple Music and Spotify and downloadable places where someone could download a song for 99 cents, then yeah, I'll definitely make them a little longer.
yeah.
Because right now I'd be trimming them, so it's very possible. It's just using YouTube to promote the next step as well.
Right, do that most definitely. All right, so whiskey warrior for 20. Let's do this. Paste. Chris Schultz for 50. I have to copy over here.
And also, guys, so when you do go to my YouTube channel, there is playlists. There's the motivational playlist, and then there's the fishing playlist. So if you're driving or you're out fishing, instead of just playing like one song at a time, you could just go to the playlist and you could hit shuffle and play all, and you're good to go.
Oh, and Jacob, I tried to get in on the shirt deal. I was actually just gonna make a donation through Zelle, and for some reason it denied it, brother. I don't know why. I think I took a screenshot of it, and I wanted to see if maybe you knew something that I didn't know or something like that. I don't know. Um, but if you know anything, let me know. I still have that. It's a gift for you and the family, brother, because I know everything you had going. It probably could help right now. So. Let's see. Roger. And then we got Gran Farmer. I don't think he's in the last one. Uh, He's got two, right? Or three. Three. let's see, paste and paste. John Darnell, 2 for credit. So copy 2, 2, and Edgar, what's up, brother? Again, I saw you paid in, but I was trying to keep track of everybody that was paying in at the same time. And Untamed Catch right there. I like that name too. Yeah. Nice Hunter. Space. All right, that should be everybody there. I'll go ahead and delete this one down here. Uh, let's see. All right, and Sharkotic does have, the if somebody does 5 tickets, he'll match it for 5 to boost the deal. So I kind of got it down here right there, but it doesn't count. So we're at $350. If that comes through, that'll put us at $450. So yep, Roger that. Well, I gotta go. Let everybody know. Roger that. William, you have a blessed night, bro. Uh, Let me get back over here to the comments. Okay, I got Night Hunter right there. Uh, on the way to make a Persian jewelry owner style look acceptable. Let's see. Okay, right. Yeah,
Anybody jump in on the $50?
I am checking right now, boss, because I was writing everybody's names and
Gotcha.
kind of reminded everybody that if they do, that'll take us from 350 to 450. So, yep.
Getting close
Okay,
to
I
that
didn't
second
see.
chance.
Yep. Look, everybody's entered. I have to water look. If we do a credit for me when I come in tomorrow for the line, I can pay it then. Cody, how much are you looking to do, boss? Because I know I got your reels here, so I got ransom. um, Roger, you be safe at work, brother.
Yeah, bro.
And so, yeah, yeah, yeah. William, you have a good night. And let's see. All right. Take one of our most favorite to catch yellowtails on the iron. Place a full size salsa 7 by like bird poop jig. The names of some of the lures that we come out with is a
Right? What's next
Cody
said
said
they'll
he'll
match
match
my
your
50.
Yep. Okay.
Cool, cool.
What's next for Cody? What's next with
That's a cool name. That's really cool. I like that. What's next with Cody?
and Sharkotic 50? All right. So let me do this over here. Let me go and get those in there. What's next with Cody? Got that. Did you do 20 for Daniel Garcia? No, I did not do 20 for you, but I can. I will do that here in just a sec, guys.
Nice.
Cody, so 5 of those. Copy. Paste. 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 Nope. And, all right. And then Daniel Garcia wants 20 for credit. All right. All right. Put that in there. Copy. Paste. And so that'll be -2. that puts us at $470, guys, right there with Sharkotic. And
Ooh,
what's
so
next?
close.
Cody's buying right there.
Sup,
Okay,
Kruger?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Cody, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Sharkotic, and 2 more for Daniel Garcia. $470, guys. 470 right there. What? $30 short from getting a second chance winner right there.
So close. And every
So
time I
close.
see Kruger's name, I always think of the gold Kruger and coin from Africa. That solid gold coin. If you're into gold and silver and all that, there's a Kruger rand, and it's a 99.9% pure gold. So yeah.
I was trying to think you were going to say the Lethal Weapon Cougar Run. What was it? Part two? Yeah, it was part two when they were chasing that car and they found a whole bunch of Cougar in the trunk when they had to shoot out with the helicopter on the street.
It's been a
Yeah.
while. I know I've seen the movie, but it's been a while. But it was the gold coins, right?
Yeah, the gold coins, yes. Yeah. Just like Mark was. Noon Mark. All right. All right, guys. So I didn't put a time on there, and we've been live for an hour and a half, so we'll give it another 29 minutes, guys. 29 minutes, which will be an even 2 hours right there that we've been live for this fire drawing, and we're at $470, guys. $470. Dylan Sharkotic, Kruger,
Oh,
is
I think you're right. Yes, yes, because the color's a little bit off, so there's some metals mixed into it. That coin looks a little different than the other one, so I think you're absolutely correct on that. It's been a while. I haven't traded gold, haven't dealt with a Krugerrand, and ooh, yeah, at least maybe before COVID, so for sure over 6 years.
Wow, I don't know what I did, but it got off the channel, and so I had to re-get back into it and stuff like that. So,
We're back.
yeah, we're back. We're at $470 for tonight's fire drawing, guys. And I have had a ooh,
Yeah, no, you were here this morning, and now
yeah,
you're there.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like when I got back into Corpus, I called my wife to tell her I was already home. She's like, "Damn, you're already back?" And I was like, "Yeah, like I it's all over the place, kind of deal." So,
Oh, dude, I got the AC fixed now. So my AC guy came by. You know what happened?
no.
Rats chewed the wire. So I went out and threw out a bunch of rat poison outside. I don't have rats in my house, but apparently they like to live in my AC condenser outside. And so they
Oh,
chewed
wow.
up the wire. They chomped straight through the wire and through two of them. And he sent me pictures. He's like, "Rats, bro." I was like, "Hey, no problem. I got poison. I'll take care of it." I was like, "Just fix it for me." And I came home. Upstairs is cold.
Nice. Yep. All right, so that puts us at $500.
Oh yeah, we made it. It is going down.
Yes, sir. So, add that in, and
Yeah, back in the days when I would do rat traps, like at my shop and stuff like that, peanut butter was like the best thing to put. And I grew up watching cartoons thinking cheese is a thing to do, but Tom and Jerry lied to us. Cheese does not work as well as peanut butter. Peanut butter works way better.
bro, I'm sorry. I was looking at some of their cartoons, and man, they're horrible.
To today's standards, yes, but I grew up on all that. You know, I mean, you watched like the cats roll up a cigarette and smoke it and like blew a heart to a girl. You know, and then you watch Daffy Duck get shot, and then his duck goes to the back.
Yeah, yeah. That and they
uh,
blow each other up, and
yeah,
oh
especially
my
the
god.
Coyote Roadrunner thing. That was just straight violence on each other. But I
And
don't know, man. I feel like we just got too sensitive these days. But you know, to each their own. It's just my personal opinion. I just feel like the world just became way too sensitive. Like in the Caribbean and Trinidad, where my family's from, like the newspaper and the news, there's accidents or something terrible, and you'll see the blood, and they will show it. You know, they don't censor like they do over here, and it's good and bad. I just feel like it gives people like a false sense of like everything's okay when they censor so much. And you know, I don't think a lot of times everything's okay. You always got to watch your six and be cognizant of what's going around you when you're in a parking lot and going in and out of Walmart. I park. I don't park clustered into cars. I will park away so my car is away. So if I'm coming up to my car, you know, my car is kind of out in the distance. I'll park by a light or something, but further, I'll walk more. So if I'm walking up to my car, I can kind of see if there's
Yeah.
anybody
Oh,
scoping me or and if someone's parked right next to me, you know, that looks a little sketch. And you know, this is Texas. I have my buddy with me, and so I'll walk with my hand on my buddy as I'm walking up, you know, because these things do happen. And but yeah, the censorship kind of gives us a false sense of comfort, I think. But you know, that's just the world we
so
live in now.
Night Hunter, how much would you charge to build out a rod? Are you supplying all the materials, or are you asking for like a custom built rod where we supply everything too? Yeah, no, too. Like, still to this day, like when I sit in a restaurant, I can't have my back toward the door unless I am sitting across from
Same.
somebody that I know is just like me, that always paying attention to that. You know that they're watching my six because I've always, you know, that's the only way I can be okay with it because I'm watching them. Like I'm looking, like if I see a facial feature that's not normal, then I know something, you know, to be alerted to. Whereas, you know, everybody's oblivious to what's going on. And, you know,
Yeah,
my kids are
exactly.
like, I want to sit there. And then I'm like, no, you don't
That's my
understand.
spot.
Yeah,
So
no,
like my family and my in-laws already know when we pull up to a restaurant, we're getting seated. They kind of like already know where I'm going. So it's like there's like a clear path to like that one seat.
yeah, yeah,
Paying
yeah.
attention to your exits, and you know, when you sit down, just kind of look around, and of course be comfortable, hang out with your family, but you know, be cognizant of what's going around you, because some people out there, some people are maybe on drugs, or some people may be there for a long period of time already drinking, dealing with some bad personal things, and you may just look over, just panning, and they, why you me mugging me, bro? Like what?
Yeah.
I was just I, I, I'm sorry. There's a lot of
Now,
people going through things, and when you're out in public, just you know, be cognizant, man. The safety is number one.
yeah. So custom build with you. I need to know, do you want an 8 footer, 9 footer, 10 footer, or a shark rod? Like, I need more information
Roller
about
guys, and if you do
have
roller
different
guys, you
levels
want
of what
seal
we're
ball bearings.
stuff for you. So yeah. And
You want just a first guide roller. You want the tip top roller, and the rest stripper guy. It's sky's the limits on customizing a rod. You want abalone. You want marvel. Um, you want string.
yeah, no doubt. All right, guys. So I lost the time because earlier I was at, you know, an hour and a half. I said 29 minutes. So it looks like we got 22 minutes left, guys. 22 minutes left for our fire drawing. We're at $500 even.
Even okay. Let's do this. I'll do a 50 if someone wants to match it. Let's take it up a notch. Let's have a
There we
fun
go.
Friday.
That'll take it up to $600 right
It's
there,
the
guys. We
beginning of
got it.
summer. Let's get a good reel.
Yep, yep. That's a. Oh man. Oh. See. Nah, I definitely I gotta watch my six, and like I'm always just like look scanning, just scanning, you know, just but trying to enjoy myself, but I'm always scanning and stuff like that. So,
I knew a
John, yeah,
guy.
for sure. So we got 21 more minutes.
21
20,
minutes. Cool, cool.
something like
I
that.
knew a
21.
guy when I was younger. Well, like college time, and I'm not gonna mention names or anything, but it was one of my buddies' dads. And I always said, your dad is scary, bro. Like your dad should be like cast into like Narcos or something, like one of those. Like he just has that. I will chop you up with a machete. He had that look, you know. And he got robbed. I'm like, if he got robbed, what about me? You know, like if they would rob him, then they wouldn't think twice about robbing me. I was like, he looks scary. I
Yeah,
look like a
yeah.
nice guy. So you
Yeah,
always got to pay attention,
yeah. Without a doubt. Like there was times when,
especially
like, I
when you
wanted.
walk around.
I was actually with a bunch of friends one time. I was like, "Hey, man, we got to move to that side of the bar," and they're like, "Why?" I said, "Something's about to pop off over here," and they're looking around. They're like, "With who?" And I was like, "Let's move, like
Just
now,
trust
like we
me.
got
Let's
to move."
go.
So
Yeah.
we started moving, and right when we were moving, it popped off. A big old fight started happening, and they were like, "Dude, how did you even see?" Like they didn't even see none of the signs. I'm like, "Bro." They were giving out signs for like 10 minutes, and I already saw like the one that I was like, okay, we got to move kind of deal. And dude, we missed the flying chairs and all that, and it was because I was aware of my surroundings. So yeah,
Oh yeah.
no,
I was at a thing with Lil Flip and with his guys and everybody that was there. I mean, I felt like I had an entourage there. It felt pretty cool. But I needed to go back to my car to get some more chips, those Sharkotic chips. And I'm like, I'll be right back. They're like, where you going? I was like, I'm gonna go to my car real quick. I turned around. I was like, three guys coming with me. I'm like, what are you guys doing? They're like, nah, we're gonna walk. You got rings on, you got chains on. You like, you're gonna walk outside by yourself. I was like, I ain't worried about nothing, bro. They're like, oh, we got you, bro. And so I had like an escort to my car and back, which was pretty cool. But again, like I wasn't trying to drop my cognizant thought of what's going
yeah,
around me, but I didn't want to bother nobody. I needed to go to my car, and like, I was paying attention though. I'm very sharp and like keeping my head on a swivel, and I see you, and you don't think I see you, but I see you. That's
yeah.
just the way I am.
Oh yeah, yep, yep, yep. All right, guys, we're at 20 minutes. 20 minutes left on tonight's fire
Turf
drive.
Surfer
We're
Ride, Alps
$500
guides.
instant credit. Sharkotic's got a $50 match if anybody wants to throw in 50 to take us up to $600
Which
for
is pretty
tonight's fire
cool
drive.
right there. That's a good reel. And so the other thing, that Hunter, those guides though, now you can get them with seal ball bearings or just regular ball bearings, and there's a difference in price there too.
Redford, easy cast, 8 ounce mini, Loco reds. What size of reel are you planning on throwing on this one? Like an MXL or an LX? And actually, I missed that because I was in top chat instead of live chat, and then when you started
Oh,
answering, I was like, I
sorry,
think and stuff.
casting. Yeah, my
It's
bad.
good. I fixed that right now, so now I can see everybody's chat on there. Let's see, get over here.
Sorry, I saw Alps and I was already thinking roller guides. My bad. You talking about something casting 8 ounce? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think Cap kind of got the right idea. Like, let him know what reel and what type of fish you're trying to target and all that, and kind of let
You'd,
him
you'd
do
be
it because he's
you'd be
been doing it
looking
for
like
years.
$775 for a rod that would accommodate both the MXL and the LX. It'd be a medium heavy, either a rain shadow or a FTU blank. We could do the steadfast, but it would be about $100 more. So yeah,
Steadfast is pricey.
they are expensive for those rods. So
They're heavy. Also, they're not as light. They're heavy, like in terms of weight.
yeah, yeah, yep. I wish I could be like that with my, but they are hard headed. My family is hard headed. Like I have to like pretty much put my foot in their butt to let them know, hey, like I don't like something's bad's gonna happen. Like let's get out of here. And they're tecos, man. They're hard headed, hard headed, hard headed.
Oh, I got a wife that's like that.
Yeah. All right, guys, we got a $50 deal out there. Sharkotic's willing
Well,
to match.
we'll match. Yep.
My Winthrop bearing roller were like 600 plus rod on my 3 rail rods.
Yep.
Uh,
When you start getting the roller guys, they get, especially if you start talking about AB1s and all that. Yeah,
yeah, the Winthrops as well. Yeah, just the Winthrop, the butt that goes straight to vent. Those are like freaking $385
yeah,
or
that's the one
something.
I did for Damon. The rod I built for Damon. That was
Yeah,
that. You talking about the butt that goes straight and bent?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. That's the one I did on Damon's rod.
yep,
One of the last rods I've ever built.
yeah. Roger that. So,
Coming
all
back
right,
though.
we're 17 minutes, about 17 minutes, guys, on our fire drawing. And then after
Anybody
that,
want to do that 50? Anybody want to do the 50?
you 50 50. Which rain shadow blank? I've never heard of a rain shadow until recently. Um, actually,
Rain Shadow's nice.
I could show you one here in just a bit. But that one is the heavy one. That one will do the 6 to 12 ounce. Right now, I've got some of the rain shadows that are the light, lighter ones, which I wouldn't recommend for what you want to do. But the heavier one I got there, it'll do it. So give me. Let's get through the fire drawing here, and I'll get up and show you that because I still got to do the reel for uh,
Good night, Untamed.
Uber. Yeah, Uber wanted to see the line next to his reel and stuff like that. So
Oh, that'll be cool. But yeah, guys, don't forget. I'm throwing out another 50 if somebody wants to match me, and I'm doing it that way so we get a good jump. And like I said, it's a drawing, it's live. If you throw in a 50, I throw in a 50. It just increases both of our chances and a bigger pot.
one top 6 guide seeker OSP 2x3 3x4 4x.
Seeker cool too, man. Real big with tuna people. But
Yeah.
no, I don't think we need to do seekers down here. I mean, there's so many other blanks we could use besides seekers, but they're not bad.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the rods we built are all one-piece rods. I haven't gotten into setting up for two-piece rods because of that reason. Like, you do lose two tops and stuff like that. Okay, the purpose of the acid wrap is basically where the guides rotate around. There's two main reasons that I have heard of. One is when you're casting out a rod, it actually catches the correct flow of the line as it comes off the
It's coming
reel,
out like this.
and it actually will give you better distance on it. That's one. The second one, if you're using it for heavy duty rods, it keeps the rod backbone straight so your rod doesn't teeter totter when you're trying to crank. It'll keep your reel kind of straight.
Especially with the wider
Yeah.
reels.
So those are the
I don't
only
like
two.
it though. I don't like it. For me, I get the concept and the mechanics of it probably does work, but I still the aesthetics, the look of it, I just don't like it.
So one of the things we ran into, a few of the guys were building those acid wrap rods for the pier. What ends up happening is the reel is up this way, the guys are on the backside on that one. So when you go to lay your rod down, the reel goes down and it puts the guides up. So normally we would put, on the railing, we put our guide right there to hold it in place. Well, now that the guide is up, there's nothing there that
To
to
catch
hang on
that,
the
yeah.
pier. So they would slide all over the place. So we really didn't like those, and that was why we stayed away from them. Because normally when you lean a rod on it, lean it right on the guide like that, so the line ain't getting pinched between the rod, but it's also keeping it in place where the guide is actually holding it in its spot. So yeah. Yeah, I've broken. I don't know if it was a CalStar or a Seeker, but it was like a 5X, and it was because the tapered end toward the bottom is made for fighting in a harness, not where it's pinned in a rail. But this was 20 years ago, something like that. Uh, and again, too, like I said, it was built for a certain style of fishing, but I do a completely opposite style of fishing. And yeah, we found out real quick on it. Beautiful, beautiful build, man, but it wasn't what we needed, at that time and stuff like that. So
One thing I did years ago on it was one of my like all-star two-piece rods, and I measured I stripped it off the epoxy and all that, and I measured the blank, and I found a titanium piece that fits it pretty snug, and it's probably about 4 or 5 inch of titanium. I don't remember how long it was. I mean, we're talking over 10 years ago, easily. But I got it on eBay, just a small piece. It was pricey, and then I stripped it off, and then I put that on there, and then I strung it up and top and bottom, and then I strung the whole thing and epoxied it, and I put that on. So you had like this titanium sleeve, and that rod wasn't gonna break. And I ended up selling that rod. I don't even know where that rod is right now. If I do ever see it pop up for sale, I'm gonna be like, "That's my rod. I want that one back." I've never seen
right.
somebody do something like that, but it was just something. I was paranoid that it's gonna snap right there like the spigot, and so I did that, and it worked. I mean, I haven't had any issues, and with it being titanium, it was light, thin, strong, and it worked.
Yes, we do payments on rods, reels, and line. You can do payments. We can do weekly payments. You know what I mean? We don't have a set amount that you have to put down because we know how life is. It gets you ups and downs and stuff like that. But definitely keep in contact with us because that definitely helps us know what's going on and stuff like that. So I know one guy used to send us $5 a week every week. Call us. Here's five more. Here's five more. Here's five. And then you get up to several $100s. It goes, okay, I need this, this, and this. So I ship it all at one time. So when his wife looked at the account, she would only see a $5 charge.
That's one way. That's one way. It goes unnoticed.
Yep, yep. So we can do it. All right, guys, 11 minutes, and we still have an offer by Sharkotic for a 50 for 50. If you put in 50, he'll match it. That'll take us up to
Six
$600. But
hundred
right now,
dollars.
we're at $500 even for tonight's fire drawing. And yep, let's see. Okay, so what's the best rod for blank for build up for shark fishing with backbone stuff? I'm gonna be honest. I use the Alps and the Batson rod blanks for all of my shark builds. I haven't really experimented with all their blanks, but the ones that I have really a ton of faith on are the solid glass ones, the 8130 or the solid 130 ones.
I think I have
We
two of
did get
those.
into their 5X tuna rods and stuff like that because I finally like they were built and I was able to like put everything I had into them. And then I've also seen the base of them where it's super thick, so you can do it that route. And then you've actually seen where we have them in the rail and they're just gone crazy, crazy. Adventure
Cool.
America, what's
Adventure.
up, boss?
JR
Love it,
Fofo.
love that avatar game, bro. Roger
Love the
that.
flag in the name. That's cool.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. We're at 11. About 10 minutes. 10 minutes left on tonight's fire drawing, and we're at $500 for in-store credit. Best bait for drum. Are you talking about slot drum, oversized drum, red drum, black drum? Like,
We're talking fish bites to crab,
yeah, yeah.
or
So,
even cut
Jay,
bait. But
what's up, boss? How you doing? We actually hunt down our fish, chasing down schools, and we just tie up a structure for reefs.
it said slots and oversized. Black. Oh, black drum.
So slots, shrimp and
I
fish
mean,
bites, primarily the main bait. But there are times when we caught a bunch of slots on sea lice or the mantis shrimp. Um, then there's other times where parts of crab work really well. There's other times when they want mullet. You got to realize, guys, fish are like us. One day you want hamburger, next day you want hot dog, the following day you want steak. But oversized black drum, the primary bait in Goose Island is blue crab. Over here at Causeway, there's times when it's blue crab, then there's other times when it is sea lice, and there's other time when it's shrimp, and then there's other times when it's fish bites. So normally when we go out there, we try to figure out what they've been hitting on lately, and we try to take those assortment of baits. I've even caught big black drum using crawfish. Yes, freshwater crawfish in salt water, and I caught big black drum, redfish, and even a small bull shark on crawfish. So, yeah, it really depends what they are wanting to feed on that day. I've caught big black drum on squid, on manhattan, on cut perch, on pin perch. And this was off of Bob Hall Pier. Now, mind you, on Bob Hall Pier, we've only seen like maybe a dozen oversized drum ever come off that pier. Nothing super huge, they were all 30 to 40 inches. The biggest ones we've ever seen have always come off of like Causeway Pier or Goose Island, Rockport Pier as well. So, what bait do I use for a sail line? Sail line, I like to use fish bites and shrimp, live mullet, live pin perch, live piggy perch, and I'll do assortment of those down the baits and stuff like that. But now that fish bites has got the shine, the mullet, the squid, like I'm willing to put those baits on the sail line as well and send it out because you got 30 hooks to play with. I mean, I'm gonna put the buffet out there, bro. Status on Bob Hall Pier. It is still in work. I have not seen like how far they're into it and stuff like that. But I've been so busy. I haven't even been to the city council meetings or anything like that as well. So it's been crazy. Yep. Uh, yep. We're at 7 minutes, guys. 7 minutes before tonight's fire drawing. We're at $500. Estimated late 25, early. I know they have a deadline though, and if they don't hit it by that deadline, the city is going to actually start fining that company. Like, I think $10,000 a day kind of deal. So, eating beef jerky, guys. Six minutes, guys. 6 more minutes, and we're at $500. Let me show y'all what we're looking at. I never saw the original blueprint, but when I went to that last Bob Hall Pier meeting, they were talking about that they have the final deal already set up and posted up, but I need to find out, go over there so we can show everybody what they're planning to do with it. So five
Anybody
hundred
jumping
dollars.
on the 50? Oh no, I guess not.
Not yet. Not yet. We still got a $50 bonus in there, guys. We're at 500. This will take it to 6.
I've done this many times this year and I haven't won once. So it's been
No,
to
they're not doing.
everyone's benefits.
Yeah, they're not doing the covered at the end of the pier anymore. That was trashed,
Hmm.
which is good because it would have been.
Gonna mess up with the casting and it'll be a lot more maintenance and a lot more destruction. And then when that gets damaged, you'll have to close down the tip because of hazards and this and that.
Yep, that, and it's just a waste of money.
I've been out there with you. We had tarps and stuff, and we just fished it. We had a tarp. You know, we didn't need a cover.
Hmm. I don't know. The two-story restaurant, last I heard, they hadn't decided on it yet. But again, too, this was months ago. All my information is from the last Bob Hall Pier meeting I went to. 4 minutes, guys. 4 minutes for tonight's fire drawing.
4
Sharkotic is
minutes.
looking to match $50 to whoever throws in another 50 to get us to $600. Anybody game? Anybody game? um, I like all those blanks. Those. That's the only reason why I'll even mention them is because those are the only rods I will build for our customers.
Yeah, yeah. You good? Um, Probably like 20 more minutes on the live, and then I'll be out. You need something? Oh, okay, I'll come check on you. Got the little brother in the house today.
Oh, cool. Mm.
He came
I
to
don't
check on
know.
me, and
I don't know
he
what's
could have
raining
checked on
over
me
here.
like 5 minutes ago, and I could have asked him to get me one of these.
Right? I'm at. 3 minutes, guys. 3 more minutes. There's a $50 kicker in there if you want it. That'll take us up to $600.
That's a good reel right there.
Which one?
$600 on store credit for a reel.
Oh yeah, yeah. HXW Raptor right there. You can get that one.
So I think in terms of reels, but
Mhm.
line too. Line's a very expensive as well. So maybe line, but I just like
I
reels.
already, I already told them my birthday. I wear Avid 83 Speed T Rex. That's what I wear.
Does Avid have more of those in stock?
Yes. Yep. hmm I'm actually sitting on 2 oranges right now.
Oh, you still got them?
Yeah,
Are
orange
they
and red
spoken
actually.
for?
No,
Yeah, line gets pricey. And the
Yeah.
cool thing is when you get a store credit for line, because your reels could last forever if you maintain them, but your line isn't, right? So I guess line is a really good option if you win, because if you get cut off, broken off, and or it sits for a while, um, it's easy to get some new line. So,
Yep. All right, guys, we got a minute and a half. $500.
what about a if no one wants to do a 50, anybody wants to do a 20 match?
Hmm. Hmm.
Maybe that's easier.
Right. Yeah. It is Friday. It's Friday.
Tis Friday, and what a good weekend it would be if you win.
I'll be honest. I don't know anything what's going on with the restaurant, the old one. There was so much horrible rumors flying around. Like I said, and I say rumors because I you don't know
All right,
what to
cool. We
believe
got the
in.
20. All right, I'll match Night Hunter.
All right,
Yeah,
900.
I've never stepped foot in that restaurant that was there. I've fished Bob Hall so many times. I've never gone to that restaurant. Just fished and went home. Well, I went to the Sonic, to be honest. Okay, so after Bob Hall, my thing was that Sonic when you come out, right, and I get a chili cheese dog and a Route 44 ocean water, and boom, end my
All
fishing trip, and then I drive back to Brownsville.
right. So whiskey did a 20. You want to match him?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So we got Night Hunter for 20. And face.
Bro, I had a Night Hunter. I had a Dorado, and that was when they were still making it. And I had promised a good friend of mine I would sell it to him. And he came to me after it was discontinued. He was like, "Remember your promise?" I was like, "I do." He was like, "You gonna live up to it?" I was like, "I will, but I don't want to." He was like, "So I want to buy it." I was like, "Well, yeah, I'm a man of my word," so I sold it to him.
Um, and
Yeah,
whiskey.
Brownsville, man. Yeah, I used to live off of Alton Galore, down in Brownsville. Yeah, I was down there for a long time. I was a
Well,
biologist at UT down there.
and then let's see, goes two, and then Sharkotic.
I do miss the valley though. The food was amazing, and the people there are so warm. It's amazing. The valley is like if you haven't spent time in the valley is a really nice place to visit.
All right, guys. So I've got. Man, y'all are gonna make me do this.
Gonna make you work.
All right. So I got a
Wait,
couple
Kruger
of,
said 20 incoming.
and it's coming, guys. Cause
Uh oh. Uh oh. 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 I had one.
yeah,
You selling it?
I am gonna do a raffle for it, guys. But here's the thing that's
I'm gonna be
coming.
fierce on it.
I have a rod that is gonna be a Dorado rod that we're gonna put paired up with a 10-foot casting for this.
I'm coming hard for that one.
It's either a 10 footer or a 9-footer, but it's gonna be a Dorado one. Yeah.
I got the rod from you. The when I sold my reel, I paired it. I had a Dorado rod from you. I don't know
Uh,
if you remember. It was that rod with that reel, and I sold it to my buddy.
oh wow.
I
So
would love to get it back.
what
I'm
I'm
a
looking at
collector.
doing, guys, remember the fundraiser for the shop? you know, I've been trying to think of ways how I can still hit that number I'm trying to go to. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do another fire drawing specifically for the rod and reel combo. It's gonna be a rod and reel combo built. It already has line on there. I think it's solid braid on here though. Or it may be hollow. I could double check it.
I don't
I'll
care.
double
I just
check
want to
it.
hang it up in my garage and have it back.
But yeah, it is. He said he thinks he fished with it one time,
I
but
don't
it's in
even care.
immaculate condition. I mean, like you can see, it is clean, clean. So I'm
That's
gonna pair it
beautiful.
up with that rod, and what I'm gonna do is I'm coming up with the number that we're gonna do, and we're probably gonna do minis on this one. We're probably gonna have like the main, like if you want to be on the main, like straight to the end game. We're probably gonna do, you know, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe that's the other thing too. I want to keep it to where there's a little bit of people at the very end, so that way the chances are greater. But I've been seeing how they've been doing the minis and you know and the micros and stuff like that.
It's a
So we
headache,
might
but
put up
it's worth
several
it.
micros and then set it up to where you can buy directly into the last one. Now, granted, if we do that, I might be looking at probably either be like a $50 buy-in or $100 buy-in for the main one for this rod and rail combo. But if it comes down that nobody wants to pay that, then I'll do a bunch of minis and micros for those positions.
I'm down.
But
I want it. Him is down. This guy,
yeah,
I had
yeah,
it
yeah.
and I want it back. Not
What's
that
up?
particular one, but you do
Yep.
have Albert. Real quick, you did have Roger said 40 store credit, please.
Oh, okay.
And I know because you're trying to wrap up the fire drawing, but Kruger said 20 incoming also, so you might want to check that one. So so recap 20 Cougar incoming, and then Roger 40 credit, please. I'm gonna go through these texts. All right,
All right. And then Kruger.
and then Drew said 20 to Zell.
Uh,
Oh, and spinning crazy wants to buy the pot too. When you do that Dorado, he's down for $100 buy-in for that rod and reel, and I'll definitely be down. Uh, I'll be down for even. Don't leave me out of that one, bro. Text me the day you're doing it in case I'm busy. I'm coming in on that one, guys. I really want that one, and so it's going to be competitive, guys. But it's worth it. It's such a beautiful combo to to have.
once the rod gets here, and I show it, y'all gonna y'all it's gonna be sick. But again, guys, I'm doing this as a fundraiser for the shop, and obviously it's gonna be. I'm looking for a lot of money on this because the moves I'm trying to do is for y'all. At the end of the day, whatever I'm doing is so that way I can make more productivity for y'all. So y'all,
It's on
this is something
spinning.
y'all want to be in. You know what I mean? And then I got another one where I'm going to do that thin red line. I'm going to build a shark rod for that one, and I'm going to spool it up, and like we're going to do another one for that. So those are going to be my next two
I'll be
fundraisers
down for
for.
that one too. Yeah.
All right. Um, I will probably start that one next week, guys, because today is Friday. I'm pretty tired. I got a lot of things going, so more than likely I'm gonna start next week on that one. I should have the rod in as also next week. Basically, I'm waiting for the rod. As soon as the rod gets here, I'm gonna start it. So, but if y'all want to start
Is
it
there
early,
any hint to the
we
rod
can
builder,
start
or is it
doing some
just a
minis
hard
until
life
then.
rod?
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, Albert, my bad. I was talking over you. On the rod, is there any hints to the rod builder, or is just it's a hard life rod that's coming out? Any any little?
It's a rod builder out of Corpus, and he's built several of our rods for us that I've already showed y'all. I can show y'all some of his builds, but he's building a mahi rod for us, and yeah,
It'll be a hard life rod, like
it could be a team
branded.
hard life rod.
Oh,
Yes,
even better.
yes.
All right, cool, cool.
see. I haven't gotten anything through Zelle yet. The last one I got was from El Gran Farmer. Um, but let's see. Somebody, Roger, yeah, Roger Garza, $40. So let me put that one in there. I got that. And Roger, right there. Copy that. Need to flip this around.
Drew sent it through Zelle.
Yeah,
I know
I
he just
got it.
checked Zelle.
Yeah,
Refresh.
well, I normally get notifications from Zelle
Mm,
when I get them, but yeah, the other way would to be is to go online. But what ends up happening, the bank also shuts down the deal, so like you
mm,
can only see a certain amount of what's going on with Zelle or anything after a certain time. So give me a second. I'm giving it a few. It normally takes a few minutes to hit me, but I got you, Drew. I'll put your name in there, and we'll check Zelle here in a bit. So Drew, and did somebody say Kruger?
yeah, Kruger said, let's go back real quick. I went too far.
So I got 20 for Kruger earlier, but I don't know if you sent anything extra after that, Kruger.
Yeah, I've not seen it.
There we go. So there's 4 for Roger right there. There's a 20 for Sharkotic to match for Whiskey, and 20 for Sharkotic to match for Night Hunter. Uh, and then let me put in Drew, custom fishing tackle. And it could be my service down here, guys. We are I guess, getting rained on. So it
Mm.
could be the crappy service down here, guys. So bear with me. Paste. All right. So we got Drew right there. Kruger.
He said he sent another
Okay.
20.
Okay. 20. All right, Kruger. Let me copy your other one. Got that. Copy. And paste. That'll be dash two, two. And, all right, so we got Drew and Kruger in there. Got it. Roger right there. Sharkotic. Yep. All right. So with that right there, that puts us at $660, guys. We're at $660. I'm gonna extend it 4 minutes for Kruger and Drew
Nice.
and Roger. So we got 4 minutes. 4 minutes right there added on. Yep. We'll see over here. I don't know. I'm gonna restart my phone. Maybe that might help it. Give me a second.
While Albert's doing that, I've actually made some of the songs that you guys have requested here on the channel. I haven't done the catfish one. That one's a little challenging, but if you guys got an idea for a song, you want us to make a fishing song, we've done seaweed blues, and we've done that's a fish on a lot of different things. We've done dike life for the Texas City Dike. If you guys got an idea, uh, pitch it. I'll see it, I'll screenshot it, and I'll work on it. I can't make it all happen, but you
The
guys got
backlash.
an idea, let me know.
The backlash.
I'll try. It's one of those things. So, like, I start writing. Like this week, I got super busy, and usually I would try to drop a motivational drop and a fishing drop every week. And I was lacking on my fishing drops because I was kind of waiting for certain sponsors to line up, and they're kind of lining up, and I have to draw the line here soon, and just be like, I have to just do this. And the reason why I wait a little bit is there's only so many fishing songs I could produce, and I have some in mind that I'm holding out for, so I can name drop like Hard Life and certain line companies, certain rod companies, and different folks. So it's a little bit slower on the fishing music, but yeah, you guys got something. Like I said, dogfish. You guys got something. I'm always open to ideas. I start writing it, and if I get writer's block, I just scrap it and I just move on to something else. I did try to do a catfish thing. It just wasn't working out for me.
You need to do a stingray one.
No, well, actually, that's shark bait. Is
No,
a
no,
thing.
no, not a shark bait like
Just
stingray.
stingray.
Like a stingray, like when you hook a stingray, like a monster,
Oh yes, and you're
you
pulling the
know,
plug
like a
on the
big old
ocean. I
hood,
got lyrics
hood,
for it.
hood stingray,
Pull the
like.
plug on the ocean. Pull the
I caught
plug.
the plug. Yeah, I caught the plug.
Sharkotic. No, that was one that's something like that I had coming, but yeah. So I do have in the future. I want to do a specific tiger shark, specific hammerhead, certain songs like that. I got a South Padre Island song. I'm actually working on actually singing that one and then doing like a live recording while I'm singing that song. Um, I'm a bit of a songster myself, but not a lot of people know that. The wife knows because I sing in the shower. But yeah, no, lots to come, you guys. Yeah, you guys let me know.
Yeah,
The
no,
seaweed song came from you guys. I got the idea, and I fished seaweed so many times, and yeah, I created that. Yeah, S.P.I. is the song. Like I said, yeah, I'm gonna try to sing that one. S.P.I. was my home. I fished there so many times, and so that's the song I'm gonna drop. And I'll be. I got the mic, studio mic, and I have FL Studio and plugins and all that. So I'm gonna try to sing that one, and you know, not only just produce the music, but be the artist on it too.
2 minutes, guys. 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
I restarted my phone, but I'm still not getting anything again. But again, too, like I said, it's probably pending in the account because once around midnight, that like I'm telling you, I tried to log into the bank account and it's like
Is that about what time it is?
under the shutdown time period and stuff like that. So let's see. Yeah, like right now, look,
Okay.
sales currently unavailable. So I can't even check it. But I know who y'all are. Y'all are good. You know what I mean? It's just out of my control. But I got y'all in there, and I just put a note, to check Zell. You know what I mean? So, uh,
You know that guy Curtis Albert?
yeah,
Is that
yep.
like he's joking with you, or is that there's a problem there we need to delete?
No, um, Curtis, who are you talking about, boss? So he had a purple rod. He did look good. So I don't know. Um, Where's Batwoman, Curtis? How's the weather out your way? I know over here we're getting sporadic rain and stuff like that too. So, but we are getting it, and we are at 660, and we got 30 seconds. Yeah, we got 30 seconds left on tonight's fire drawing. So I'm gonna spin this around real quick, and yeah, we're at 660 right there. So
660.
yeah.
It's a good Friday.
Best spot to launch sail line. The feeder road right past Red Dot. So, what's up,
Jason
Jason?
H.
Dude. Yeah, Cody, he good, but the fancy rap, he's still learning. He's still working. Okay, proud of that. Oh, yeah. Wow. Hold on. Okay, so I'm actually getting a 15% notification on my phone here. So I'm going to hook that up. But we got, yep. So, I got no more buy-ins. I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22,
Hmm.
24, 26, 28, 29.
They're talking about a rod builder.
29. Yep. I got 29.
29. Nice.
Yep. 29 people in here. So it looks like we're going to be shuffling 29 times for $660, guys. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Give me some thumbs up. Let me know everybody's ready for this. $660.
Let me
Ooh.
recharge.
Yep. Hold on. Give y'all a little bit of motivation real quick. Real quick. Yeah, right past the red dot on the Cedar Road, right there. So that's a great spot right there. You'll see a bunch of guys out there normally doing that and stuff like that. All right. I'll wait for Sharkotic to get back on here, and then we'll go and spin it. And in the meantime, I'll play some music.
Yeah. Feel the fire. Feel the thrill.
Oh yeah.
Roger that. All right. So we are back. Got some
I'm
thumbs up.
reloaded.
Yep. We're going to spin it or shuffle it. We're going to shuffle 21 times. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we did one extra. All right, guys. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Winner take all. Good luck.
Good luck, everybody. One person's gonna get it.
Oh. Whiskey.
Nice.
Yeah, look.
Congrats.
Literally right
Right
there.
there.
Right
Hey,
there.
that's the luck of the draw, man. Luck of the draw.
Whiskey Warrior, $660. Nice. Nice, nice, nice.
Now imagine if you had jumped in on that 50-50 match with me, it would have been another $50 more.
It would have been $100
Could
more
have
if
been.
you had
Well, in total,
700.
yeah. Yeah.
Yep, yep. All right, so we're here. 660 whiskey. Over here. Roger that. All right, so
Very cool, man. Congrats, man. And
yeah.
that's
All right.
I love this. It's a beautiful thing. One person's gonna win, and it's absolutely fair because it's all live. It's all live.
Yeah. All right, so I'm sitting at 14%. Even though I'm charging the phone, it's still eating it up pretty well. But what did y'all want to see? Kruger wanted to see. Oh, I was going to show
Gold
the gold.
with the spools. Gold is one of those colors you can kind of mix with anything, you know.
Yeah.
I might know a little bit about gold.
Um. Uber, I have a gold reel for you. I have red, I have orange, I have pink in the 80s, I have purple.
I've got some good flounder. Albert has fished everything, so
Yeah, yes.
hmm
Flounderfish, yes. Gigged them as well.
got doormats.
All right, so let me flip this around real quick.
Oh, that is nice.
Yeah, that's one of the
That color
burgundy rods.
pops. So
So this one we actually built for a specific reel, and it's just getting real hard for me to be able to sit there and say, you know what, this one was actually built for me, for my thin red line Avid LX Raptor that I have. So, but yeah, this is
I like that. And you know, in Corpus, you guys call it burgundy. In Houston, we call it brandy wine.
brandy wine. There you go. Yep. So
What are you doing with that one?
that again, I'm really I'm really caught between. It's supposed to be for me. That's the one I bought several years ago, and I waited and waited and waited until we were kind of caught up with all the rod builds that we have. We only have a couple more, and we've got caught up with everybody. We're actually starting to build rods for the shop. So that one was supposed to be for my thin red line. Actually, I'm going to show y'all real quick the reel. Right now it's on a 552 Harrington, but it was supposed to be for this one, and you'll see why here in just a second. See what I'm saying? And then with the orange line too, like everything would have been perfect.
HXW?
LX Raptor.
Oh, is that? It looks big in the camera.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, that would blend nice with it. But it's hard to take it off your Harrington.
Yeah, it it is. But that's a rain shadow. Down to 6 to 12 ounce per cast.
How long is it?
10 foot.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
So, is Uber still on here? Or is he...
Calling all Uber.
Yeah. Thank you. My platoon thinks this is the coolest place on YouTube. Awesome. Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
We got our colors flying. Always got our
100%.
colors flying. Yes.
America and our U.S. military. Amazing.
Always, always, always. Yes. Most
That's one thing
definitely.
Albert said when he came to my house too, because I have American flags in my garage and I have American flags in my bar area, American flags in my studio, and it's you when you have that love and passion for your country, you pick up on those things, and a lot of times you see the people that naturally have those things around them, like you, and you're like that yourself. You just naturally bond with them without
Yeah.
even knowing they have flags like that in their house. And then when you get to their place, they're like, "Oh wow, you have all this stuff." No wonder we click. You know, we have
No
that.
wonder. Yeah.
Yeah,
And businesses too. Like businesses that I have long-term relationships with, they got
oh yeah.
flags everywhere. Like we connect
Yeah, in
big
my
time.
warehouse, I have a giant American flag draped down and a giant Texas flag draped down like it's a stadium, but it's a warehouse.
That is so awesome, dude. And actually, if let's count my flags. I mean, in reality, like, and I'm talking actual flags, not all the sticker flags, because we can. I mean, I got them
Are those
all over the place.
stamps?
Stickers from all the schools
Oh, they look like
aligned.
stamps that you stick on your envelopes, the small ones.
No, those are all stickers.
All
Like,
stickers. Oh, cool.
but again, too, like I even got lazy at one time or whatever. I mean, I got yeah, but
In fact,
actual flags.
Damon's rod was an all-American rod I built for him with the American flag wrapped up through it. You know, it's a beautiful thing to create and have those things around you.
Oh, okay, so orange, yeah, it's more likely the orange because that's what Uber wanted. So one flag, two, three, and those are rolled up because when we used to go walking across the harbor bridge, they're just ready to go. And then I got a shadow box flag right there too. And then I also have, I know I got another flag in a smaller shadow box. Where is that one? Because that one actually, that one flew over Iraq when
Oh
they
wow.
had this is the actual flight and the pilot, the day it flew and everything on one of the F-18 Super Hornets that flew over
Yeah, Marine
Back
Corps.
when it was finally, like when it was finally liberated. Yeah. So
Very
where's that?
cool.
Yeah. I got more flags in my office. Like I got probably 4 or 5 more flags just there, you know. So yeah, I've accumulated them over the years and stuff like that. Yep. So okay, so it is an orange, and you want me to put it up around some line? Okay,
Mm.
I can do that. I can do that. Let's see.
I think orange and yellow would look cool too, because on my Corvette's orange, and I want to do bronze wheels, but like the bronze wheels kind of look gold.
Yeah,
I think it's a
hold on.
cool combo.
That counter's locked.
I think many colors. I mean, blue would look great on that orange. That's like Houston Astros colors. Uh, I don't know what. I probably would not do like the camo green, like the military green, on an orange reel. I think that'll just be kind of killing it. Uh, aside from just not doing orange, I mean, black would look cool if you had black. Yellow, red would look nuts. It's like a loud combo.
Ain't nothing wrong with being a little loud.
It stands out. When I first started fishing, I wanted all my reels black. I wanted my rods pretty much blacked out. Like I wanted everything like stealthy, right? And over the years, it cost me more money because when a rod would hit, and I'm like, oh, the second or third one, trying to figure it out from being away from the rods on the ground, it became a little complicated. Now, once I started doing different colors on the reels, different colors on the rods, I'd be like, the orange reel, that was the one that budged. And so very quickly, you can get up there and like target acquisition, the orange one, focus on that. We're good to go. Oh, there we go. That's beautiful.
Yeah. And then too, you got white in the back. So this is the most braid in such a wide variety of colors and tinsel strengths that I've ever had, ever,
I mean,
ever.
pink and purple would look so great on that too. I would just basically just stay away from the camo green on the orange. Just
Yeah, I
my
mean,
opinion if it was me. But all
there's
those colors would look great.
yeah. I'm moving the camera around because you can see the reel, but you can also see the colors behind it, kind of deal. So, and actually, there's blues in there too.
Albert, somebody asked about tomorrow. What's next? I think you said you're not going to be there tomorrow, right?
I'm not going to be here, but Jeff will be here. He's getting here about 9 in the morning. I've got a family event that I got to run to. Like I said, we got to go over there to go vote, and we're just, family support kind of deal. Everybody showing up over there and stuff like that too. So, but yeah, come on by. The notes will be here for him. Oh yes, there's my shadow box for real. That is the actual
Oh,
flag
that
of
is cool.
that Super Hornet.
I
So
want to get
I'll
one of
put
those
that
for
in
my
the box too.
fireplace, but one with meaning.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. All of these flags have some kind of meaning, and that's why they're here. So, uh, but I'm gonna have to sit back down over here because the phone's about to die, and I put it on the charger, but I know I have to sit by here with the fan going because it's gonna get hot real quick. And let me see. I was at 5%. It was about to shut off.
You were almost there. It was about to go into protection.
Oh yeah, it was gonna start losing that and stuff like that. But again, Whiskey Warrior, congratulations on your $660 win today.
Have a great weekend and cheers for that win, brother.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. So we're gonna be doing that, and then again too, Sharkotic, thank you again for coming on, joining us with the videos and stuff like that, and the music, bro. Like that's a pretty awesome job, bro. Like
Thank you. Thank you.
I was, like you said, man, it really does. It's lifting. Like it gets you, to also too, like what we were talking about, when I was talking that I was going to talk with, the owners of FTU, and I did talk to them. They're like, yeah, no, we're keeping track of what's selling, how fast it's selling, so they can actually do a timeline of how many liters they need to upgrade to make sure they can make it through the month or 5 weeks to make sure that when they place an order, they're not empty shelves. Because I told them
Yeah.
that's the big thing, when they're sitting there with empty shelves, It's not making them money, and it's not making us money, and it's not. People are gonna, oh man, every time we go in there, they're always
It's
empty. They
lost
can't.
real
It's
estate. You
gonna make
know, I
me
mean, you
look
don't make
bad.
money with empty shelves.
Well, that and it's gonna make me look bad, thinking that I can't keep up.
Right, of
When
course,
it's
yes.
not in reality, I want to put like 100 liters of everything I have. Like I told him, like I was talking to one of the managers. I said, "Yeah, they gave me this little spot here." He goes, "Little." I said, "Yeah, I want the whole aisle. I want this whole aisle to be nothing but you walk in and just get bombarded with Team Hard Life gear." And he goes, "That would look cool." I said, "It would send a statement like
Oh
big
yeah.
time,
The
and there would
community
be
support and the
nothing."
advertising, it's all there. Like there's no reason
But
why not to.
the only people that would have something to say are the people that are jealous. That would be it. And
Well,
actually, I
that's how
saw
you know you're doing
somebody.
something good. You have to have
Yeah,
a bit of a crowd that are haters and jealous people out there, and if you don't have it, then you ain't doing nothing right. You know, so it's a good thing to have too. You know, you got to love and appreciate that crowd as well because they exist because you're doing something good.
yeah. And again, too, guys, I build my weights a certain way because
Mhm.
I've done tested every single way you can think of. Trust me, I've been building my surf weights since 2004. That's already 21 years of adapting, of testing. There ain't a single other weight on the market that has done more testing than I have. And I mean, I'm fishing from Galveston, South Padre, and putting my baits out 1,000, 2,000 yards out from the beach with monster baits and stuff like that. Casting, there ain't a single one of those that can sit there and say they've done the testing that I have done with their weights,
I think
and
you hit
be
the
able to prove
entire
that they
Texas
don't.
coast because fishing with me, we hit Boca Chica, and that's as south as you can go in Texas. So I could
Yep.
definitely, and I was there, so I could definitely vouch and say, the entire Texas coast, I've seen you and I've fished with you. I think I've probably been at every. I think the only place you and I haven't been to that are is popular is Matagorda and Sargent. I think those are the two spots you and I. But we've been to Quintano, we've been Galveston, we've been Sao Padre, we've been Corpus, so we've been all over the Texas coast together.
Yeah,
And you've done even
Crystal Beach.
more. Yep. And Crystal
Yep.
Beach. Yep. And
Yep.
you've fished even more. And I'm just talking about the times when I fished with you. We hit all those beaches together.
Hmm. Max, if you want to start a tackle business, give me a call, brother. And like I said, we supply other tackle shops with our fishing gear. I've got a lot of numbers that we can call, and we can get you hooked up with other tackle companies. But if you are you doing a brick and mortar, or are you talking about working out of your garage? Because that's going to be the other thing too. A lot of these stores will not do business with you if you're working out of your garage. They won't do it. You have to
You need a
have a brick
business
and mortar
card.
store,
You
open
need to have
sign,
an
like an actual
ITN
sign.
number and pictures of your retail shop. All
Yep.
that it's an application for like pretty much Avid, Pan, Accurate, all these brands. It's like a standard requirement.
Yep. Roger that. All right, guys. Well, I got to cut and run. It's already almost midnight, and I've been turning and burning since
I know, like I
7.
said, you were here this morning, and now you're there, and but we're here again.
Yeah.
You were actually right over there.
I was on the other couch. Yep, last night. I was on the other couch last night. And then this morning,
uh,
I had to hurry up and turn and burn,
I don't
man.
know
I
how you
really
do it, bro. I'm
did.
hanging in there, but I didn't have to drive as much as you did. So it's that Marine Corps heart you got, bro.
Got
So
it. Got to keep trucking, guys. All right.
yes,
Y'all
sir.
have a
I'll
blessed
see
night.
y'all
We'll talk to you later. Go check out Sharkotic's music. Yeah, it'll motivate y'all. It really will.
Yep.
Later, guys.
Later.